Not so fast. That's what a federal court is telling the Biden administration about a new mandate. Learn more in tonight's show.
A win for President Biden is also a win for California. The state stands to receive billions in federal aid. Find out why in the in-depth report.
And we won't be asking Senator Ted Cruz the way to Sesame Street. More later with entertainment.
It may be November, but the heat is making a comeback. Find out when in weather.
Newscene starts now. I'm Jillian Fortner, and welcome to this week's edition of Newscene, a broadcast produced by the students of San Diego City College. Every Wednesday, we bring you the latest news of the week. The college requires everyone to wear a face mask indoors, and that includes all of our crew here in our studio. We have an exemption for those of us on camera. We continue to follow all necessary local, state, and federal guidelines to ensure a safe environment for those back on campus. But we remain as focused as ever on bringing you the latest. We start tonight's show with an update that will be welcome news for people unable to get vaccinated due to health concerns. Pfizer and Merck have developed the first antiviral pill to combat COVID-19. Clinical trials included patients within 3 to 5 days of infection, and Pfizer reported a 90% success rate. Merck's rate was lower, coming in at 50%, but officials say that results are promising. In the meantime, it's still advised to get vaccinated. And a nationwide mandate requiring workers to get vaccinated or tested weekly has been halted. A federal appeals court temporarily blocked the rule on Saturday. Companies had voiced their concerns over the restrictions and called the mandate overreach. Before the stay, the mandate was expected to go into effect in January. The Justice Department is fighting the block. But it's not all bad news for President Biden this week. He finally got a major campaign promise pushed forward. Assad has more on that in tonight's in-depth report.
It's official. President Biden's bipartisan $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill has passed Congress. The 228 to 206 vote means the bill is headed to the president's desk where he is expected to sign. The measure aims to improve the country's roads, broadband service, and electric grid with the hopes of accelerating the transition to electric vehicles. The president views it as an investment to our future in the fight against climate change.
A bipartisan infrastructure bill, a once-in-a-generation investment that's going to create millions of jobs, modernize our infrastructure, our roads, our bridges, our broadband, a whole range of things, to turn the climate crisis into an opportunity.
Biden would continue to say that Americans could start seeing the effects in as little as a few months. And with the bill aiming to improve all 50 states, California is expected to receive a large chunk of that money. The White House has come out with a multi-page statement detailing what they believe California will receive. We are expected to acquire nearly $45 billion over the next 5 years, with over 50% of that going towards improvements of highways. A wise investment, as our roads are commonly ranked as some of the worst in the nation. Back over to you, Jillian.
Thank you, Assad. Hopefully that money goes to good use. And land borders between the U.S. and neighboring countries have finally reopened for fully vaccinated travelers. Entry points with both Canada and Mexico fully reopened for non-essential travelers on Monday. It means family and friends living on both sides of the border can finally reunite for the first time in over a year. Mayor Todd Gloria marked the opening by noting the economic benefits.
This reopening comes at an especially critical time because it allows local businesses to seize the economic opportunity presented by the holiday shopping season.
Sorry about that technical difficulty. As travel continues to open up here in San Diego City College has been recognized as one of the top 20 community colleges for study abroad. The downtown campus is among the nation's leaders in supporting traveling students with scholarships. 53 City College students have received scholarships from the Gilman International Scholarship Program since 2001. City plans to resume study abroad next summer. But before we can even think about summer, it's time to start planning your spring classes, City students. Registration opened November 4th for the spring term. Current COVID-19 protocols will remain in effect for all in-person classes. That means vaccinations or weekly testing will be required. Everyone on campus will also need to wear masks. Classes begin January 31st. And tonight's letter of the day is Y. As in, why is Ted Cruz angry with Big Bird? Find out why in entertainment. Then, how cold will all nights get? Joel has the answer to that later in weather. We'll be right back.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now I'm anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
Welcome back to Newscene. The U.S. Navy has christened its newest ship, the USNS Harvey Milk. The replenishment oiler has been named after influential gay rights leader Milk. Milk served in the Navy during the Korean War. The 700-foot-long ship set sail from San Diego and is one of the new vessels Navy's fleet oiler program. And San Diego's largest school district has backpedaled on giving students a day off this week. The district had planned to allow students to stay home this Friday for their mental well-being, but many parents expressed frustration with the short notice of the change due to schedule. The district reversed its decision, but instead us offering students an option for excused absence. And food insecurity remains an issue for community college students around San Diego County. A month-long food drive is focused on relieving that. Pack the Pantry allows donors to give online and fill campus food pantries. The San Diego Community College District says approximately 50% of college students struggle with food insecurity. Visit calcocu.org and search for Pack the Pantry 2021 to learn more. And the biggest night in country music is back. Here is Estrella with entertainment.
That's right, Jillian. The annual Country Music Awards are returning tonight with a new host. Country singer Luke Bryan will host the 55th CMAs. It will be broadcast from Nashville's Bridgestone Arena, and this time there will be an in-person audience. Some of the top nominees you can expect to see are Chris Stapleton and Eric Church. Viewers can watch the show tonight on ABC. And now news from our favorite barrio, Sesame Street. Big Bird announced he got the COVID-19 vaccine to CNN on Saturday morning. The timing coincides with the rollout of vaccines for kids. But the news sure did ruffle some feathers. Senator Ted Cruz tweeted that the news was government propaganda. Big Bird was elated to share his vaccine news on social media, stating that his wing was only a little bit sore. And San Diego City Theater has wrapped up their final weekend of Shakespeare shows. Live theatrical performances returned to City College for the first time since the COVID-19 shutdown. The fall return included 2 classic Shakespeare plays, Macbeth and Twelfth Night, both with twists. Closing the show was bittersweet for the actors involved.
Well, I just feel very grateful for the cast and the director who just set us up for success. And it was such an adrenaline rush, a great time, and hopefully I'll be back.
And that's all I have for entertainment. Back to you, Jillian.
Thanks, Estrella. The cast and crew did an amazing job. I am so excited that live theater is back. And go Tritons! A UCSD graduate has made a successful return to Earth after 200 days in space. Megan MacArthur, along with 3 of her fellow astronauts, landed off the coast of Florida yesterday. It marked the end of an 8-hour flight from the International Space Station. The return was scheduled for Monday, but was postponed due to weather. MacArthur received a doctorate in oceanography from UCSD. And no weather delays here in San Diego, thankfully. Temperatures are about to heat up. Joel, when can we expect the heat?
Thanks, Jillian. Well, when it comes to our weather, it's been up and down. It's been hot sometimes, been cold sometimes. But now, we're about to get the heat wave. If you take a look at our list of things that are happening, well, you can see, for starters, tomorrow's Veterans Day. But then, we also have a heat wave ahead of us. But cool nights for some reason. So, hot days, cold nights. If we take a look at our current temps, you'll notice that, well, the moon's out. Everywhere. So you see the moon, the moon, the moon, and the moon. All clear, all San Diego. So you see with the coast we have 64, the inlets are 69, the mountains are 67, but the deserts are, well, 79. So it's unusually hot over there, despite the fact that, well, it's pitch black dark. So yeah, it's all over the place. The moon's everywhere, clear, and tonight's temperatures, you'll see that, well, by contrast, it's extremely cold everywhere. From the 47 of Mount Laguna all the way to the 58s of Oceanside and Imperial Beach. So yeah, it's weird, like it's both hot and cold. Sort of like that Katy Perry song. So yeah, you see San Diego, for example, is 58, but then you have Campo, Mount Laguna, which are in 47 and 54. If we take a look at our 5-day forecast, you'll notice that this keeps happening. So you'll see tomorrow, Veterans Day. But then afterwards, you'll see that we'll have 61 on Thursday, and that will keep going down, while at the same time, we're going to have a little hot weekend ahead of us. And by Sunday, it'll hopefully cool down to 77, and of course, Monday we'll have 75 and 57. Well, hopefully with some clouds. That is all for weather. Back to you.
Thanks, Joel. Hard to believe that the heat is back in November. And finally tonight, City College is honoring veterans this week with an interactive tour of Veterans Service Center. Military affiliates will have the opportunity to visit the center through Zoom this Friday and talk to support staff. The center is expected to open fully as early as spring next year. Later in the show, we'll chat with Dora Miza of the Veterans Service Center about resources available to our military community. And that's all we have for this week's News Scene. You can tune in for a new show every Wednesday evening on ITV or anytime you want on YouTube. You can also keep up with the latest news from the entire City Times media team on sdcitytimes.com/newscene. I'm Jillian Fortner, and as we sign off tonight, we bring you the sights and sounds of today's Veterans Remembrance Ceremony at City College. We thank all of our vets for their service. Good night.
Fight!